Sawadika. Hello everyone. Today I'm making Kanom Tom. Kanom in Thai means dessert and Tom means boiling. So we're gonna make a simple Thai dessert with the coconut. Today I use the sticky rice flour. If you go buy to the grocery, they call glutinous rice flour. So this is from sticky rice, and I used maybe around like 2 cups. And then this one, I have blue flower water, so it come from the tree we grow. This is in Thai we call dog anchan. So I add a little bit of water, little by little, and this is you can see that how it's blue color. So when we use the process of the color like chemical, but in Thailand we use like the flour from to help with the color. So I add little by little. It's splash. So I go a little bit to the side, mix little by little. So the art of cooking in Thai dessert, this is like, for me, it's look by texture. It's not really like to see, okay, it's 2 cups of water, 2 cups of flour, something like that, because I don't really measure. So you can see how I add little by little. Okay, so it starts to stick a little bit in there, beautiful color. So you can see how I have a little water left and a little more flour left, so I can use another time. I think this is enough. So from here, I make really thick, like a paste, this way. So now when I see it's really thick, I'm gonna use my hand. So when I touch it, I can see this is a little bit of too much water, so that you add a little flour in there. Little by little. So you see how's the texture. Because you have a little bit left when you roll the ball. This one. So when you play with your kid, all this that it's like a dough that you can make, and during you can see how the still a little too much watering. It's fun because all this is natural ingredient, because when you see how the kids eat all dessert or sweet stuff from the grocery store, you don't know what is those chemical ingredient is. So this one you really, so you can see that, so you can see make like a little ball like this. So I create like a little ball in here. So from here, I put to the side and I put the flour in the bottom. Stick together. There you go. So you can see it's like a dough that when you play, it's fun. There you go. So I got the blue dough right here. All right. So from here I have one more board right here. So I add a little flour in the bottom. So let me show you what is we have here. We're gonna make like a rice ball, and the ingredient of inside in the middle right here that we have palm sugar, that from coconut sugar, and I stir them with the coconut, shredded coconut, and I add a little bit white sesame in there. And let me show you, because when you make like a little ball like this, so it stay together. this. And then I will put the dough of the blue flour, this one, wrap it and mold it. So I'll show you again when I'm right here, this one. So I make a little ball this way. You make it flat. Hopefully it's not break. Ooh, it's break. Let's try again. So you make like a dough this way, and you put this one inside. You wrap it around like this. You roll like this. Put the ball. So you got one ball. So I'm gonna make like this around like 20 all of them, and I'll show you again. Thank you. Hello everyone, we're back. So I make around almost 20 ball in here. The last one is this one. I still have a little bit more left, but I'll keep in the refrigerator for another time, and the inside as well. So you can see here that the ball, all this ball that I make in here. During I make, I always put a little flour on the top so that's not sticky and for the moist and everything. So we get all ready for the ball. So it's a little messy in here because when you make dessert with your kids, it's fun. So and this dough, you can roll it, put it in the refrigerator. You try to make all, but otherwise this dough you can keep it as well. We have another dessert they callบัวลอย. They use the same thing. บัวmeans lotus, loi is floating. It's floating lotus dessert. But today we make ขนมต้ม. So ต้ม means boiling. So we're gonna go to the boiling hot water right here. So I have really hot water to prepare, and this one is a shredded coconut. But because I don't have like in Thailand, that's we call มะพร้าวทึนทึก. So and when the มะพร้าวทึนทึกthere, it's very easy to shred it, but here I can't find them. So instead of that, I make the Miami style. So I put the coconut, put in a food processor, so it's turned out to be a little bit of like pieces like this. So we put right here. Because after this, and because I am a little bit of American style because we're in Miami. So instead of only coconut, I add a little bit sesame as well. So I have a black sesame right in my way. So use a little bit dry sesame. You can add anything that's, and the sesame is good for you. So I add a little bit in here. You get a little bit of sesame in there. So in here, you use little by little and make sure for your when you're boiling this one. So normally when you boil it, if it's cooked, it will come up. That's why they call ขนมต้ม. They will boil it up. It needs to be really hot water. It's beautiful. And you stir a little bit, make sure it's not stick together. It's a simple Thai dessert. You don't need to bake anything. It's fast. You just make in a few minutes, and you have fresh dessert to eat. And you can see how the blue color, it's getting darker. See how it goes. Beautiful. So make sure it's really high heat. So it takes around 5 to 10 minutes of boiling the flour. and from there after that I use this ball. Make sure all this ball is not stuck together. It needs to be really high heat. After this ball lift up, I use the ball right here, roll it, and that's it. And we'll be back. So this is boiling water, and we have right here that's around 20 the rice ball that we put it in, and you can see how the color is much stronger. And what I use is I use a strainer when they're floating up above, and from there you take the water out, put in the coat with the coconut, and this coconut is I mix the Miami style. Like I put whatever in the refrigerator I have sesame, I add sesame in there. And in Japan, actually, mochi, they use the sesame seed that you coat also. So I'll turn off the heat so it's not overcooked. Add all the rice ball, Kanom Tom. So all this rice ball, around 20 of the rice ball here, we coat it with the coconut, and I add a little bit sesame in there. Traditional Thai, I know it's kind of funny because normally it's shredded coconut. I can't find them, the good shredded coconut, the fresh one. So I bought the coconut, and we take the meat out, put in a food processor, and turn out to be sort of like crushed peanuts. So we use that. I add sesame in there, I add a little salt and sugar, and we coat it. So that's it. Kanom Tom. Kanom in Thai mean dessert or snack. Tom it mean boiling. So Kanom Tom is boiling snack or dessert in there. Okay, so we got this one for the bowl, and we have a coconut, and you just wrap them around to get the really nice coat with the coconut. You can use sesame like in Japan they use. So whatever you feel like. Coconut, it tastes good, and also the texture, because the rice flour, it's the texture of gooey, inside is crunchy with the coconut and sweet. So you can use coconut, you can use sesame, whatever you like, whatever you prefer. So this one, and let me show you in here. So you keep in the room temperature. So let's try it. This one.